Racing.com Motorsport Simulations on LSRTV, the voice of sim racing.
It's been over 20 weeks, but we've gotten to this point. Race number 18 of the 2016 Roddcar Truck Tour, season number 2. It all ends tonight here at Homestead Miami Speedway with Christian Peterson in that 71 truck looking for his first Truck Series championship. He's got a 35-point lead to do it in. It's all next right here on iRacing Live and LSRTV.
Did you know that Lion's sense of vision is so powerful, it actually enables nearby creatures to see better? Here we see lions assisting the offspring of others, while their parents are elsewhere in the wild. Brilliant, isn't it? Making the wild kingdom look much better indeed. Do good, be a lion.
Good evening, sim racing fans, and welcome to the virtual Miami Homestead Speedway. We're here tonight for the Roddcar Truck Tour, season number 2, season finale here at Homestead. 83 laps, the scheduled distance for these drivers. Christian Peterson, a 35-point lead coming into tonight. Oh, he's got it locked in tonight here with about 18 drivers set to make the grid here tonight. Qualifying underway, but we are here live. Welcome in, of course, myself, Andy Kessler, and Josh Ball to the broadcast booth. And as always, Cisco Scaramuza down in that production trailer. Josh, we're at Homestead Miami Speedway. The trucks, it's one of the NASCAR favorites as far as finishing the season off at Homestead. It's what they do every single year for many, many years that I can remember. But this racetrack, a mile and a half, kind of an interesting layout. Not your typical cookie cutter mile and a half, you should say. 2 equal length straightaways, then you got some high bank turns. It usually employs some good side-by-side racing as well.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get to see some great side-by-side here tonight. But I tell you what, if I was anybody else out on the track there, I definitely want to be that 71 of Christian Peterson. All he's got to do here is make it another 1 minute and 50 seconds and start this race, and he is our Season 2 champion. So that's all that he needs to do for the night. But those guys behind him are still hungry. They want to win. They want that trophy, so all of them out there are going to try to go for it.
That's what it's all about, going for the victory, whether it's the final race in the season or whether it's race number 1, which we'll see in a couple of weeks' time as well. 3 wins so far in the season series from the green flag till now here at Homestead as we get set for the final 18 of 18 races here on the first half of the 2016 season. It's season number 2 of the Roddcar Truck Tour. It's all happening next, but first let's send it down trackside for tonight's national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag
thank Jaden Berkey for that rendition of the national anthem, and of course the virtual Thunderbirds for the flyover as well, as we get set to embark on the final race of this 2016 season number 2 for the Roddcar Truck Tour, right here on LSRTV and iRacing Live. At that time, qualifying has ended. Time we get the field set for the running of tonight's race in Florida. Seth the Merchant, top spot. Been a few weeks since we've seen that driver on the track. He shows up at the season finale, and he shows up in fast fashion as well, too. He'll take the pole here tonight with a 31.239 to bet the pace for tonight's race. Anthony Ankello will start on the outside of row number 1 in that 46 truck, while championship point leader and soon-to-be champion Christian Peterson will start third. Fourth goes to Brandon Chaburko, and Rod Flagg will round out your top 5.
Ryan Wofford starts P6 tonight. Matt Quick, P7. Glenn Hendrick and Corey Henry will start 8th and 9th. Running out your top 10, Frank Busala, the 3rd.
11th on the grid tonight, the 23 of Jared Haggerty. 12th goes to Sean Bounty. Ramon Evans will start 13th. 14th goes to the 88 of Mark Jorgensen Jr. And Kelly Dahl will start 15th.
Last 2 to take time. Daniel Holloway will start 16th, and Dwayne Cooper with a 32.660 will be their last starter tonight with time. Casey Malone and Jason Altmans will start from their 18th and 19th.
So 19 trucks set to make this race here tonight, and what a great way to end the season here at Miami Homestead Miami Speedway. And I love this track. It is a fun racetrack, but at the same time, tires do wear. It is an older surface. It is a little bit rough and abrasive on these tires, so tires are definitely going to be a factor in this one. We look at Homestead Miami Speedway. Like I said, it has been the place to be for the NASCAR touring series. All 3 of them come to finish here every single year, and we like to come here as well. A lot of leagues like to come here as the final race of the season as well, too. Some track facts of this track, though. Of course, the turns are progressive banking is what they call it, 18 to 20 degrees of the banking. You'll see some of these guys not so much on that bottom line. You'll see them maybe a groove or 2 up, especially as these tires wear out, to get some of that banking underneath them. It allows them to also get that speed off the corner. We'll see that top side probably prevail and be the lane to be, and probably where your victor will come out as well. The straightaways, though, just a mere 3 degrees of banking. Pretty flat, pretty straight, pretty equal over the course of this whole racetrack as well, too. And it's a lot of fun, 1.5 miles, and we get set for 83 laps, Josh. When you come to Homestead as a driver, the one thing you're looking for, track positions, one, it's key in every race, but you also want to be able to conserve your tires for those long runs.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll see how these guys handle it tonight. You know, this is, like we said, usually don't come here throughout the season, so it's usually the last race on the schedule. So these guys haven't really had too much time here, but I expect most of these guys been here throughout the whole season. 18 trucks now starting tonight, and they're definitely, I'm sure they're ready. It's coming to the season finale here tonight, and Christian Peterson also antsy to get that championship, but everybody else so hungry to at least get one win.
What it's all about, getting W, especially in the final race of the season. Use that momentum to carry you into the next season as well in just a couple weeks' time. Pace car, though, to the safety of pit road. Green flag is out. We're underway as Seth the Merchant leads the field to the green flag, and a little bit of a stack up, a little behind these guys. How about on the front row, the 46, Anthony Ankello, unable to get going there in the start, up into the wall. That's going to jumble things up quite a bit there. It sends everybody scattering for positions right now. Some 3 wide action going a little bit further outside the top 10, but up front, how about the 32, Seth the Merchant able to pull away, and Rod Flagg able to get that second spot with the trouble the 46 had on the start.
Yeah, wow, it just seemed like maybe something happened there in the throttle department, just wouldn't go, and he just held it on the wall. A couple cars damaged behind him, 94. Frank Busala got some front end damage from that, but up front, like you said, Rod Flagg was able to get second position off of that, but don't look now, there comes your championship leader, Christian Peterson, to his inside for a battle for second already, but everybody else starting to get single filed out pretty quickly. Seems like everybody just wants to ride right now.
Yeah, log some laps right now here early on. Christian Peterson able to take that spot away on the bottom. Bottom side will prevail with the fresher tires. So you see the 12 of Corey Henry make his way around Rod Flagg as well. And actually, look, to maybe take that second spot away from Christian Peterson as they try to settle things out. So Rodney Wofford, Matt Quick, they'll still continue side-by-side action. In front of them, some more side-by-side action. Corey Henry is looking for that second spot right now. The top side, though, the momentum already carrying the 71. They'll maintain that spot for the time being. Back to the bottom, though, goes Corey Henry.
Yeah, Corey Henry there, ninth in qualifying, but he hasn't taken him so long to get up to the third spot, 6 positions already since the drop of the green flag 4 laps ago, and he is wasting no time at all. But Rod Flag getting back on it, getting on the horse down there, taking a look to the inside of that 12 of Corey Henry. Still a little bit early, you know. A lot of these guys probably use up their tires pretty quick, but you know, we'll see how it goes. Top 2 in qualifying, or top 2 in race right now, we're top 2 in practice. So we'll see how if anybody else was sandbagging a little bit, but so far so good, those 2 up front.
I'm watching Rod Flag as he dove to the bottom to get around Corey Henry. You can see in just 1 lap's time, he lost about 4 truck lengths right there, and that bottom side just really binds you down. You're unable to get to that throttle as quick as you'd like to. So that's why you see these guys already to the high line. Only 5 laps into this one. The high line, the place to be. Get that momentum off the corner. Some side-by-side action, though, a little bit further back. Battle for that 8th spot right now. Haggerty on the outside. Glenn Hedrick trying to get around him on the bottom. He'll get a little bit of an advantage there, but you'll see that 23 here off of the corner. That's where you'll see him start to pull even once again as they cross.
Real hard once you get into the middle of the turn there, Andy. Most of the trucks just want to push up real bad if you're trying to get onto the gas too hard. So just like there, Glenn Hedrick again pushing up in the corner, had to get off of it, and Haggerty able to keep it around the outside. One of those tracks that really get as much as you can early. The tires are going to start to wear off, and the outside's going to work better than the inside for sure. Everybody's going to like the bottom, but once it comes to passing, outside's going to be the way to go. But still up front, looks like it's Seth Merchant still leading your way in front of Christian Peterson. Seth using that high side, already up there. A couple guys behind him, Matt Quick, Rodney Wofford, all to the high side as well, trying to hopefully maybe save some tires back there. But battle for second, Corey Henry's starting to look under Christian Peterson.
He hasn't given up on that spot at all since he's gotten up there. The problem is the bottom side not going to work for him. Christian Peterson to the high side. He's up about 3-4 lanes now off that bottom groove. Gives him the advantage, and he'll start to pull away down this front straightaway, and actually allows that 26 of Rod Flag to come back in the picture as well. So still, you see that bottom lane wide open as a driver. You dive down there. You're hoping that it's going to stick. It usually does it at this racetrack, and you can see for Corey Henry it didn't work that time here. And another thing that comes into play at this track too with these long straightaways is the draft. It definitely carry a lot of speed going into these corners.
Yeah, and I think that's how you saw Rod Flag and Corey Henry get back up there so fast. You know, the draft just works so well here. Just not as good as the super speedway, which you'll see later on tonight, but enough that'll keep the guys up to the front. But I'm still impressed with Seth the Merchant there. He is up rim riding right now, right on that outside groove. Still able to hold a decent lead, at least 3 to 4 truck lengths in front of everybody. And just like you said a couple minutes ago, that bottom seems so tempting, so much room, and the quickest way around the track normally, but not here at Homestead once those tires get worn a little bit. You see that 12 of Corey Henry push very hard up there and exit turn 4, allows Rod Flag to get over and battle for third place.
Yeah, all that was him driving on the bottom and then having to get out of the throttle coming off the corner. It kills your momentum down this front straightaway, and that did just that for the 12. Rod Flag now up to the 3rd position. Matt Quick now battling for that 4th spot. He's looking underneath, not quite there yet, of Corey Henry, as Corey Henry tries to salvage what he can for the time being. Maybe cool the tires off just a bit here as he can hopefully 0.3 of a second has been about all it's been so far this race here. Christian Peterson unable to do anything with the 32 right now. Seth the Merchant. Teammates, though, they're probably just at the point where, hey, let's just ride, let's log some laps, let these guys behind us burn some tires. They save enough. They can probably pull away a pretty good distance here before we get our opportunity to come down pit road for the first time here tonight. 83 laps the scheduled distance. We're working lap number 11 right now. Currently, everybody throughout the field pretty much single file now, just trying to basically hang on. They know what they got for their trucks at the time being, and right now just trying to hang on to it for that first pit stop. A little further back, though, battle for that 10th spot, heating up just a bit. Mark Jorgensen Jr. will surrender that spot to Frank Busilia. Busilia back up into the 10th spot after losing a couple spots early on. Sean Bounty just ahead of him, up 3 spots so far. He's trying to close in now on Jared Haggerty.
I tell you what, yeah, you mentioned about pit stops there, Andy. I'm sure most of the guys out there are already like, dang, when are we coming down pit road? I'm ready to come down. I need 4 new tires because these tires aren't working as good when we started the race. So, but most of the guys still within about 5/10 of each other. No big gaps along through the field. Biggest mover so far this race is that 92 of Casey Malone. He's got 3 wins on the season as well. He's coming up, trying to get another one here before the end of the season. Unfortunately, doesn't have a chance at the championship, which I would like to mention. Christian Peterson is going to be your Season 2 champion of Roddcar Truck Tour as he took the start and now completed at least 1 lap. He is your 2016 Roddcar Truck Tour champion.
A great job all season long. I mentioned before the 3 wins to propel him into that position to maintain this points lead pretty much from the get-go out in Daytona about 20 weeks ago or about 5 months ago. It's been quite a long season here so far in the first half of 2016. And guys, I'm sure a lot of them further back in the standings looking for a little bit of redemption, maybe a new start, a fresh start with the points coming up in a couple weeks when the season number 3 kicks off. But for the time being, this is what they got. They're out here to win here tonight, and you learn complete lap number 14 that time by, and a bunch of drivers starting to make some moves, or at least get closer to some other drivers here as the tires start to wear out. We see Brandon Chaburko in that 3 truck. He started or qualified 4th, fell way back on that start because of the bobble from Anthony Ankello. He's been trying to battle his way back up there, right there, almost looking underneath Rodney Wofford for that 6th position. Unable to make it happen. He'll have to reset and get it done again. Just ahead of these guys with more side-by-side action. It'll settle down for just a moment there. Corey Henry able to hang on to that 4th spot for the time being. Matt Quickston showing some pretty good speed here early on, currently in the 5th spot. Off of turn number 2, though, all these drivers looking for what could be or what is the final race of the season, looking for that victory maybe that's been eluding them all season long. Seth DeMerchando up front. He's pulled away pretty good. 5 or half a second lead currently right now over Christian Peterson as Rod Flag continues to try to work over that back bumper. And it might take him a little bit to do so. We're going to take this moment, though, as Green Flag Racing resumes. We're going to take a break of our own here. You're watching the Roddcar Truck Tour Season 2. It's the finale here at Homestead, right here on LSRTV, the voice of sim racing. Welcome you back to the Homestead Miami Speedway, the Roddcar Truck Tour Season 2 finale. Here, 83 laps of scheduled distance. We're working lap number 23, about to complete it. Seth DeMurcha has led every single lap so far tonight, but that half-a-second lead he had has been shrinking ever so slightly over the past few laps here. Pretty good battle still going on between that 12 and 89. Matt Quick just will not give up on that bottom side. Corey Henry going to go way up to the wall, actually get into the wall. It's going to open up now. There goes Matt Quick. There goes the 7 of Rodney Watford, and the 3 also of Brandon Chaburko. So 3 spots lost in one turn for Corey Henry. He'll try to gather it back in, but he will lose a bunch of spots on the racetrack. Matt Quick still showing some good speed out there. Even on the long run here, his truck been holding up pretty well.
I tell you what, that was a great battle. But looking back here for the 8th place, looking 3 wide almost. Going down in the true ones, thought better about it. They're 2 wide right now. Jared Hattie, Casey Malone, and Sean Boundy. Jared's been up there on that high side for the last couple laps under that caution I was watching, and he's basically been rim riding the whole time. It's the first time anybody has got past him. There's Casey Malone takes over the 8th position of Jared Haggerty. Still a great battle, though. That bottom side, Sean Bounty's been down there the whole time, just trying to get around that 23, but he's not giving up.
He's not giving up, but just enough momentum for that 23 to hang on to that position. Unable to hang on to it from Casey Malone, up 10 spots now from the start of this race here, but Jared Haggerty able to keep the rest of those guys at bay for the time being. Sean Bounty just unable to get the momentum off the corner to even remotely try to make a pass. You see Frank Basilia now to the outside of the 34. He'll try to take that spot away from Sean Bounty as they're racing here on lap number 26. We're getting closer and closer to that first round of pit stops, and we talked about green flag pit stops and how much they can change the complexity of a race. Well, how about this 1.5-mile racetrack here? You have to enter onto turn number 3. There's an access road for these drivers to get onto pit road. There's an access road to get off of pit road as well, too. The problem is there's a lot of dirt down there. There's no grip. It's flat. And if you get too overzealous with that throttle, you can definitely have some problems getting on and off pit roads.
Yeah, Andy, this is quite different from any other track they've been at this season. A scene for the pit strategy. So it's going to be interesting to see how many guys try to do some new iRacing dirt tracking down there tonight, and see if some people do, if they might kick some dirt on the track. So other guys will have to watch out after that. But, yeah, I'd be out there right now. I'm ready for tires. If I'm these guys, 28 laps in, this 80-some lap race, and I'm ready for tires at this point. Now, the problem is, who comes first and who gets stuck out there? So you come too early, you're going to be suckered into losing a lot of spots, and you might have to come in one extra time than everybody else during the race. But if you come too late, you're definitely going to lose a lot of time, as these guys have dropped almost 2 full seconds now on their times from the start of the run. So still battling hard up front. Nothing's really changed since we came back from that caution. Still Seth DeMurcha leading Christian Peterson and Rod Flagg top 3. But there's a couple battles throughout the field. That 7 truck right now looking under the 3 of Brandon Chaburko for that number 5 position. But can't get it done, pushing up there off of turn number 4.
What's going to be push up the racetrack, lose a spot. The 3 now, Brandon Chaburko up to 5th. Him up one more spot here. It's just in front of him, too. That 89 truck's been looking really pretty good here, even on the short run and on the long run as well here. He's caught up to the back bumper of Rod Flagg now. Flagg, though, been good to see him have the run that he's had so far here tonight, too, as well. Seems like if anybody had any kind of luck, it was bad luck. It was that 26 machine all season long. So looking for a little redemption here in the season finale. Trying to get the job done, trying to get a win, his first win of the season. I think it would also be his first Roddcar Truck Tour win as well, too, even though we're only 2 seasons into this series anyway. So the battle goes on for that 3rd spot. Matt Quick to the inside. Rod Flagg going to lose some time up on the top side. It's going to allow the 89 to clear him now. New driver in the 3rd.
Yeah, Matt Quick, as you mentioned, been doing a great job all night. He qualified back there in the number 7th position, but able to work his way up to 3rd now. He was in 5th in practice, so, it might have been sandbagging a little bit or just working on that long run. And he sits P3 right now, 0.8 seconds behind your race leader, Seth DeMurcha, in that Target Chevrolet. Seems like it's a good spot to put that Target out front. Everybody's chasing him around the field tonight, and so far so good. Led every lap to this point.
He has done a great job. Obviously, pit stops looming ahead. It looks like at this point, working lap 32, that these drivers are trying to make it at least to the halfway point. Make this race on one stop rather than two. I don't see any drivers have come down to the pit road just as of yet. Well, excuse me, Sean Bounty in that 34 machine has come down to pit road. So that driver looking to make this probably a two-stop race for himself. He has scored one lap down at 17th, but the speeds that he's putting up right now, that last time a 31.9 to our leaders 33 flat. So a couple of second difference for these drivers on the fresher tires. It could help them out, but at the same time, having to make that one extra stop could definitely hurt them too in the long run as well. Of course, cautions could change all of that as well, but with a field like this at Homestead, when you get spread out like this, it is obviously one of those racetracks that we get some long green flag runs. So that's exactly where we're at right now. Lap 34, getting closer and closer to pit stops. Right now, Seth DeMerch is still about a half-second lead over Christian Peterson, our championship driver, right now with Matt Quick closing in.
I tell you what, Sean Bounty, he had a pretty good strategy earlier this season when he was able to walk away with his first Truck Series Roddcar Truck Tour win. He was all on fuel strategy, and that might be another thing here tonight. If all of these guys do have to make two pit stops, he might have the good idea. Pitting a little bit early, just like we had talked about earlier. He was only less than 10 seconds behind the field, so if you do some math there, if he runs 10 laps to these guys running their old tires, he could be up to the front once these green flag pit stops go through. But that is if we need to make two stops. If these guys can stretch it a little bit longer, a little bit more, not too many more laps, about 5 to 6 laps, and they could probably make it on just this stop alone. So Sean Bounty definitely taking a gamble back there, running 17th, 1 lap down right now.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Josh. With 36 laps on the board, they got to make it to at least 41, 42 on the board in order to make it on one stop. So there you have a few more laps to get going if they want to get it done, if they want to try. But it looks like, at least as they run right now, that looks like the call that's going to be for most of your leaders up front right now. We'll see how the strategy plays out, of course, as we get deeper and deeper into this one. And we approach, actually, the halfway point coming up here pretty quickly. So these guys setting a fast pace. We got some other drivers down on pit road as well already early on here. Looks like the 23 of Jared Haggerty coming off of pit road as well with Kelly Dahl now too. So some early stops for a couple other drivers a little bit later than Sean Bounty, but still nonetheless before the halfway point they have come down. Lap 37 goes up on the board. 38 now. We're working back into turn number 1. The 89, he's caught up to that 71. Might be battling him for second here momentarily.
Yeah, exactly. That is just what I thought, looking at that right now, and unfortunately can't get it done at this moment. But like you said, a couple more laps. These guys need to stretch it. At least 3 more laps. We need to see the leader stay out there for them to make it, going to make it work if they're going to make it work on just this one stop. Those other guys definitely back there making up some time, that's for sure. Sean Bounty's coming through the field like nobody's business, still running those at least a second faster than the whole pack. Coming up right now in 8th place, Corey Henry. As you see, most of some other leaders, Casey Malone's down pit road. A couple other guys coming in as well, so you're going to see the scoring pile on up there shuffle around a little bit. Got the 71 of Christian Peterson ducking off as well right now, trying to get one up. Oh, he's out in the grass. It's not going to be good. He's either going to be in a real big hurt here, or yep, he's going to have to keep going another lap. That's going to lose major time.
Yeah, it absolutely is. A 71, obviously having problems getting on there. That's exactly what we talked about. Having to be careful on that access road, especially coming off the racetrack with those hot, slick tires. Especially if somebody puts some dirt down like you talked about. Dirt confirmed down on the access road. That would definitely get on those tires, make it real loose for these drivers to get woe down to speed. Here comes the 32, the 3, and the 89. They're all coming down pit road now here on lap 40. So just right at that point here, they'll cross the line on pit road, and that'll put them. Oh, it's the 32 has to lock them up. So does the 3. That was awfully close right there. I wonder if we'll have any speeding penalties for those guys, but they were trying to get everything they possibly could before that cone, but that was a lot of fun to watch right there. Almost synchronized slide to their pit stalls as 00 now comes out onto the... Oh, and he gets into the 32 as they come into pit road.
Yeah, and that's not going to be good there for your race later. Most of the night at the Merchant, but these guys definitely slid it in there hard. Brandon Chaburko just outbreak Matt Quick like no other. He was able to pass him on that position and get into the second spot. Coming off pit road, it looks like it's still going to be the same order there. That the Merchant's going to come out. I got to think now, we're lurking lap number 41. Those guys just came in. It's going to be really tight on fuel there, Andy. And right now, you look at your the guy that had pitted before everybody else, which is Sean Boundy. He's still out there running pretty decent times. He's running 32.3s. You know, not that fast, but he will be your leader once the ticker able to update right here. You should see him go to the top of the board. And right now, Frank Busiala, the only one that is in front of him on that. And if Frank was able to stretch it another lap, which he did, he's come down pit road right now.
Pit road now.
He may be your race winner if Sean Boundy isn't able to catch him on the track before then. But that caution looms. We're never free of that, especially if you saw those guys all sliding off the track there. And we'll see.
Well, we just passed the halfway point this time by, and Bounty will move himself up to the race lead and himself the opportunity to lead some laps here. Get possibly looking for his second win on the season. This is our midway race break across the halfway point of tonight's race. Let's take a look at the running order of the field right now, brought to you, of course, by iRacing, the world's premier online racing game with professionally organized racing from NASCAR, IndyCar, IMSA, and much, much more. Sean Bounty in the 34, currently shown as your race leader. Seth the Merchant currently runs second, 4 seconds back. Brandon Chaburko up to the third spot with that good pit stop that he had. Casey Malone, earlier pit stop for him, and that 92 has got him up to fourth place from 18th starting on the grid. Rodney Wofford, fifth. Rod Flagg currently in the sixth spot. Seventh goes to Jared Haggerty. Matt Quick runs in the 8th spot. 9th to Christian Peterson. Kelly Dahl rounds out your top 10.
And Corey Henry slipped back to 11th place after hitting that wall there off turn 2 a couple laps ago. Ramon Evans sits P12. 13th, Frank Busiala. 14th, Mark Jorgensen Jr. He is on pit road right now, possibly having some issues there. Glenn Hedrick in 15th. Daniel Holloway sits 1 lap down. 17th is Dwayne Cooper. He is also 1 lap down as well. And there's the caution as we're finishing the mid-race break. You know, this seems to happen every time there, Andy.
It's you know what it is. The 51 of Jason Altman stopped. Looked like he was going to go get a virtual tow, but he stopped basically on the exit of a corner there. That would be for the road course. So that's exactly why that caution came out right there. And, of course, that'll end our iRacing Midway race break. For more information on the wide variety of sim racing possibilities online, visit iRacing.com. Sign up today. You can use the LSRTV promo code by entering PR-2016 LSRTV when you register for a new iRacing membership. You get the free of charge along with the 13 cars and 14 tracks that are included with a first-time subscription. Once again, that's PR-2016 LSRTV, and get that free late model free of charge here. Out though,
Rod Flag are all going to come out. Most of them 4 tires. Matt Quick, 2 tires, and it's going to be interesting to see how well they last. We really didn't get a chance to probably try that in practice, and only 1 pit stop on the night, so and it could be a doozy.
Well, if you're going to try it, you might as well try it now, and that's exactly what the 89 and Matt Quick did. So we'll see what happens on the restart. We're going to step aside one more time here. Well, LSRTV nonstop, so you don't miss any of this action at 70 miles an hour on the racetrack, and you're watching the Roddcar Truck Tour Season 2 finale right here on LSRTV, the voice of sim racing.
While lions are notorious for their voracious appetites, they spend a great deal of time feeding other creatures. In fact, lions will take great care to ensure there's plenty to go around. As you can see, they keep giving with utter ferocity. Bravo, lions, and bon appetit.
Welcome you back here to Homestead, Miami Speedway. It's the Roddcar Truck Tour Season 2 finale. We're past that halfway point here. We get set to get back under the green flag conditions. The first caution of the night, it was for the 51 of Jason Altman's, pulling down and off the racetrack, but actually stopping on the road course section of this racetrack, which ultimately put out the caution flag here tonight. So no wrecks, but we got our caution. Bunches the field back up for drivers like Sean Bounty. Pretty good opportunity for him here with the track position after starting in the 12th spot. By pitting down early, getting those fresh tires, he assumed the race lead, was able to bring everybody down to pit road once again, and he'll come out in the 3rd spot here for this restart. The 89 of Matt Quick, though, 2 tires on his pit stop, the only one to try it. See what can happen for him on this one. Pace car down to pit road, green flag back to Homestead, and pretty good jump, I would say, with only the two right side now as they come off of turn number 2. Sean Bounty now side by side with Seth the Merchant. He's looking for that 2nd spot. He's also looking for the lead at the same time.
I'll tell you what, cautions breed cautions. These guys are definitely being aggressive out there as much as they can, getting as many spots as possible. This is the closest everybody's been together since the beginning of the race. And whoa, Sean Bounty all the way to the bottom, got a little bit of tight off there, almost 3 wide. Seth Merchant able to get back to the 2nd position. Still stuck on the bottom is that number 34. Those tires will still be good for another couple laps. Brant Schaberger on the outside trying to power around to get to that 3rd spot. Still lots 2x2, 3x3. Mark Jorgensen for P number 10.
Jorgensen, that'll settle out now to just 2 wide here. So 23 of Haggerty able to get around the 12 of Corey Henry and settle it out now 2x2 here as the race lead changes once again now. Off of turn number 4, Seth the Merchant will take over the race lead. He gets by Matt Quick and puts himself back out to the top spot for this one here. The 3 of Brandon Chaburko looking for the 2nd spot as well. How about the 92 of Casey Malone? Restarted 4th on this restart right now. Currently, though, in the 5th spot, dropped. He's lost 1 spot here so far on this opening, or on the restart, and right now trying to make his way up from 18th as they go 3 wide. The 12 of Corey Henry. He's making it awfully close there off of turn number 4, and they'll settle it out once again there. That was awfully close. Almost tagged that left rear quarter of the 26 of Rod Flag.
Yeah, I actually don't know how he got really woed up there. He must have been working that wheel pretty good. But those guys, still lots of battles going on here throughout the top 10. Everybody trying to get what they can. Christian Peterson trying to work his way back up through the field after that miscue on that pit stop. And everybody taking it 3 wide, as many possibilities as they can right now. Matt Quick, though, unfortunately surrendering another position to those 2 tires. Probably wasn't the greatest idea with still over, pretty much a full-length run left in the race. But he had to try something. Casey Malone looking for that 4th position under Sean Bounty. Looks like he might be able to get it done, possibly here coming down the backstretch.
Yeah, he's definitely been the best truck, I would say, on that bottom side. Been able to make passes on the bottom. Definitely has that truck hooked up, does a 92, as it looks like 34. Maybe a touch the wall there, and the entrance to turn number 3. That's going to send the 34 now, Sean Bounty, a couple more spots back now as he's going to surrender another spot to Christian Peterson here in the 71 as Peterson continues to try to make up the ground that he had lost. He had been running in that 2nd spot pretty much the majority of the night up until that mishap getting onto the access road actually in turn number 3. Slid up the grass back out on the racetrack, could not come down pit road, had to go all the way back around again. So tons of time lost for him. That caution probably a savior for him, able to bunch the field back up and give him an opportunity to get the best possible finish that he can. Some great side-by-side racing all throughout the front top 10, top 15 right now, but Seth the Merchant holds a half a second lead right now over Brandon Chaburko. Side-by-side action continues further back. Jared Haggerty looking for more spots here on the outside. He's outside of Sean Bounty right now.
And unfortunately, Sean Bounty just not having the great luck up there up front, and just wasn't getting it done. As you take a look at him from the front end there of the 88 Mark Jorgensen, looking at that battle right in front of you, looks like Haggerty's going to be able to clear him. Oh, pull the crossover move on that 7 of Rodney Walker, goes down to the bottom, trying to get that position as well, as you still watch here from the 88. And these guys are battling hard, man. And they just, we didn't see this on the first run. It's get her done time, and these guys are definitely out there using those tires.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, we're getting to the point now. We got about 26 laps left to go in this race, so you're getting down to that crunch time for these drivers. You know, with the fresh tires, you got to get what you can. It's exactly what we're seeing from guys like Jared Haggerty and some other drivers as well. Look at Casey Malone trying to work his way around Matt Quick. Matt Quick, of course, on just the two-tire strategy on this one and only caution that we had when we came down to pit road. He did come out on the top. And right now, that is third as they battle side by side behind him.
Yeah, I tell you what, he is actually holding up that 92 and 71 quite a bit. As those two leaders, Seth DeMerch and Brandon Taberko, have almost opened up a full second lead on third place. They're pretty much holding them up. That high side is staying up there. Casey Malone, even though he's been the best on the bottom, can't get it done as Peterson says, I'm done with this. Taking a 3 wide here, coming off of turn number 2 on the backstretch, and everybody able to single file out there. But Matt Quick definitely holding up everybody. But hey, he's in the spot. He's in third position, best of his all night. You know, he's just trying to hold on, but those guys probably getting a little bit frustrated.
Yeah, but there's nothing, there's no fault at all to the driver of the 89, though. He's running the line. He's running his racing line right now, albeit up near the wall there through the corners, but been able to maintain somewhat of a position here as he battles back on the outside again of Christian Peterson, I should say, and uses that high side to his advantage, third spot at least across the start finish line, and he'll battle once again here off of turn number 4, trying to take that spot again. Not going to happen that quick, and they still continue to battle back. As up front, those two have not been able to separate by much here. Once you can see one extreme to the other, though. Set the Merchant way to the high side. You see that 3 truck all the way on the bottom, and he's been able to keep them honest for the time being anyway. 2 truck lengths separate these two back into 3.
Yeah, they've been side by side a couple times, Andy, but that bottom just not able to get it done. Brandon not being able to get that bottom to hook up and get around that 32. Been the class of the field tonight, so definitely going to be a little bit hard to get past him. And I tell you what, Matt Quick still holding on to that outside. Christian Peterson's been driving him up further and further up the track, just trying to get, be in that line that he's in, and it's just not working. Every time down the straightaway, Matt Quick pulls past both of those guys and keeps that 89 Chevrolet out front of that second pack, and they're about 1.2 seconds. Oh, we got a crash 88 into the wall back there. Not sure if it's going to bring out a caution or not. He's coming down to the inside. Looks like no caution. Oh, caution.
Caution does come out. It was thrown by the tower. More than 3 trucks involved in that one there. So the caution will come out for the second time here tonight on lap number 63. And when they come around this next time, it'll put just 20 laps left to go here in this one. So we'll see what will happen with that one. But replay goes up on your screen, and just a matter of running out of room. And you know what? It all started, I think, around that 89 of Matt Quick. Being up like he was, it just allowed everybody behind to catch up to those guys. And a couple of them just run out of racing room, misjudged the corner entry, and end up getting in the back of the 88. Jorgensen goes up to the wall, gets some heavy right side damage to that truck, and they'll be looking to fix that on pit road here, this one. The field going to try to catch up to the pace car here on the back straightaway, and as we run right now, 20 laps to go, and Seth the Merchant currently your leader. Well, pit road will be open. They ran about 10 to 15 laps there. Imagine you're going to see everybody come down pit road. You can see them now hitting the access road, and this is the opportunity I think the 89 needed, and will be very happy that it came out this time, the caution, that he will be able to get 4 tires on that truck instead of just the 2, and give him an opportunity maybe to hang on a little bit better, I should say, to that top 3 position that he currently holds right now as the field makes their way down pit road.
Everybody getting wood up there, getting in turn 3 into that access road, and yeah, just like you said, Matt Quick able to get 4 tires here, and unfortunately, it was 2 trucks involved in that accident. The caution flag was thrown by race control, as you pointed out, and biggest ordeal there, the 88 got pretty heavy damage, but he's able to keep his truck going straight and is going to be able to stay out there. Down pit road, here we come. Seth the Merchant leading those guys, and calls 4 tires. I don't think we changed anything here, Andy, and let's see who can get on and get off pit road the best, but those 3 front guys pretty close together, so we'll see what happens.
That we will. 32 Seth the Merchant will win the race off of pit road, and Well, at least the top three will come out the way they came in as well. Brandon Chaburko out second. The 89 and Matt Quick will come out in the third spot. We're under caution, though, for the second time here tonight. We're going to take a moment, step away one last time. We'll come back. We'll bring you the conclusion of the Roddcar Truck Tour here at Homestead Miami Speedway. It's right here on iRacing Live.
While lions are notorious for their voracious appetites, they spend a great deal of time feeding other creatures. In fact, lions will take great care to ensure there's plenty to go around. As you can see, they keep giving with utter ferocity. Bravo, lions, and bon appetit. Do good, be a lion.
Welcome you back here to Homestead Miami Speedway for the final race of 2016, season number 2, Roddcar Truck Tour, and champion Christian Peterson currently in the 4th spot for this restart. How about Mark Jorgensen Jr. involved in that one? Some right side damage to that 88 truck, but he's deciding to stay out here. No pit for him. See what can happen here on this restart without the fresh tires. Pace car looks to pit road. Green flag will wave once again. Shooting for 32 to jump out pretty good here. Look at the 3 now, going 3 wide. They're going to go 3 wide for second, 3 wide for third now as the 88 stuck in the middle.
Yeah, and unfortunately that truck is not up to speed as we thought it was. He's not that slow, but he's still going. Unfortunately, that's making the field all spread out here as these guys are still battling as best they can for those positions. Looks like the 3 going to try that bottom again, that 32 up front. Everybody side by side, getting as much as they can. 3 wide.
3 wide for the second spot here. Rodney Wofford to the bottom. The 71, though, going to prevail on the outside. Christian Peterson looking for a win in the final race to go along with his championship run that he has had this season right now. Looking for win number 4. A little bit further back, the 7 going to have to get a little tight there, get off the throttle. It's going to allow the 92 now of Casey Malone to jump out, try to take that 4th spot here as they work their way back through turns number 3 and 4. Real close to making some contact with Rodney Wofford. Wofford's going to hang on to that spot for the time being. On the high side, he's got Corey Henry's help now, giving him the push down the front straightaway. The top 3, though, only about a truck length separating all of them.
Yeah, I tell you what, that 7 pinched that 92 down there and just wasn't enough room, and he had to, get on the brakes there a little bit, and unfortunately And we'll get by. A teammate behind him, though, now. Corey Henry pushing that 7, but 3 with, rod flag in the wall a little bit there, unfortunately, and able to keep it going, though. It still battles. Oh, Brandon Chaburko almost in the wall as well.
Brandon Chaburko with some trouble there, lose the 3rd spot. How about losing the 4th spot, possibly the 5th spot as well, as Corey Henry and Casey Malone look to go to the inside of him, but I'm watching that 71 up front, just a little bit ahead of these guys, kind of keeping that 32 with Set the Merchant kind of honest right now. 2 truck lengths continue to separate those guys right now as Chaburko battles back on the outside to try to keep that 4th position over Corey Henry, and he probably will get the job done here on the outside lane. It looks that way off of turn number 4, and that'll move him back up into the 4th spot. Now he's got to work his way around Rodney Wofford. Wofford doing what he can now to keep that 3 truck behind him. He's running the high side, the same lane. It's going to make it tough to pass.
Yeah, it is, and that bottom's probably going to start to stop working here soon because those tires are definitely already kicking in. We got about just over 10 laps to go here, but everybody battling as hard as they can right now. Everybody dive bombing if they can, drifting up, getting the crossover mood pulled on them. 3 wide action all over the track.
Yeah, just dominating fashion right now. 32 able to stretch the lead out another truck length now as they work their way back into turn number 1. Work lap number 73. This next time by, only 10 laps remain here in this one. We're doing it in pretty fast fashion as well, just 45 minutes into this race here. 2 cautions have slowed the pace down here tonight, but that is all that it has been. The racing has been great. A lot of side-by-side action, a lot of, pinching, pushing. I mean, it's been some really good action here going throughout the field. You can see it right now going on for that 3rd spot here. The 3 of Brandon Chaburko doesn't want to give up just yet to try to get on the podium.
Wow, look at that dive he just made there into turn number 1. Yeah, pull that crossover move on that 7, and actually he's now in the preferred position on Rodney Wofford, even though he checked up big time. They got a little contact right there with each other, but he's in the preferred line now, so we'll see if he's able to hold off the 7's bottom charge. It looks like he probably will unless he drifts up there. Battle for the lead, though. That's 71 of Christian Peterson says, hey, I want to go out on a big note. I want to win and be the champion. He is closed in right on the back of the 32.
He's looking for that win number 4 on the season, and the series high right now currently with the 3 wins. Looking to make it 1 more right now. He's pulled up to the back bumper now, just half a truck length separating the top 2s and worked their way back into turn number 3. Got ourselves just about 8 laps left to go in this one this time by, so not much time to do it. A pretty good run there off of turn number 4, though. He's going to look to the inside. Here comes Christian Peterson now for the lead.
And just point out, last time these 2 battled for the lead just like this, and it didn't end so pretty for both of them. Actually, it was an exact same running order, 32, 71, and the 3. When the 32 and 71 got together off a turn 4 on the final lap, Brandon Chaburko was able to walk away with the win. So I'm sure he's sitting back there like, this is a pretty good spot. Could get another W out of this.
Like deja vu, in prime spot for if it does happen. It happened to him twice this season with the win at Auto Club Speedway as well, too. Some guys last lap battle and a wreck put him from 3rd to 1st in that one as well, too. So the action not slowing down at all. The 92 of Casey Malone able to get around Rodney Wofford as well, puts him up into the 5th spot, and still trying to get some more spots here. Done a great job all night long. Look at the 89 of Matt Quick diving in there. Going to come up the racetrack. Wofford going to be able to try to get back underneath him, but wow, what a bold move by Matt Quick there, trying to make up some positions after leading this race at one point.
I tell you what, everybody's been dive bombing that 7. I kind of feel bad for him a little bit. Everybody's been dive bombing, sliding right up in front of him, but he's just like we thought, Matt Quick able to hold that position after dive bombing. But up front, still leading the way to go with about 5 laps. That gap is open a little bit between Christian Peterson and Seth the Merchant. Although that 3 truck closing in, trying to work that bottom side, getting about 2 truck lengths off the back of the 71, lose a little bit on the straightaways, but we're working with 4 laps about to go here now, Andy, and unfortunately so far so much for that 32 leading the whole race, and I mean, it's going to have to take a miracle, really, I think.
Dominating fashion, what we've seen this driver do plenty of times, whether it's in the Truck Series or in the Cup Series as well, too. Seth the Merchant knows how to get it done, especially when you put him up towards the front of the field. Off of turn number 4 this time, though, We'll get 4 laps to go here, and we get closer and closer to the end of season number 2 for the Roddcar Truck Tour. And I wouldn't just count them out yet. The 71, Christian Peterson, the 3 of Brandon Chaburko, starting to pull away now from the 12 of Corey Henry. It's going to leave it a 3-truck battle now for the race win.
Yeah, and it's definitely getting down to crunch time. They're closing in on each other again. Brandon dropping down to the bottom. He's even with that back bumper. He just can't get close enough to the front. Slides up. Goes back to about 2 truck lengths every time on the straightaways. He's getting close. But no cigar. Unfortunately, that outside just prevails so much. But everybody pretty much single file right now. Probably everybody's used those tires up as much as they could there on that restart. But a couple of guys still looking to the bottom with about 3 to go.
And we close in on the end of this one here tonight. 2.5 laps, about to be 2 when they cross the start-finish line this time. Chaburko, again, back to the bottom side. Pulls up to that back bumper. It's not going to prevail, though, off of the corner. Top side going to be able to pull away just a little bit here. It's only 1 truck length. That time by as we get the popsicle sticks in the air. Just 2 laps remain here at Homestead in the season finale.
And we got a battle for 4th position. Other battles right now that are in the top 10, and these guys trying to get that 4th position. Not on podium, but getting close enough. Hopefully maybe one of those front guys now coming down to 2 to go. 1 to go here. Oh, Christian Peterson in the wall, a little bit loose. Brandenburg are going to take over second. He's thinking, oh, maybe 32. We'll do the same.
Well, white flag came out, and you should see the 71 really pushing the issue. Knows he's got the championship locked up, so he's going for the W right there. Not going to happen, though, as the 32 is set. The Merchant pulls even further away. Brandon Chaburko gave it 1 final dive into the corner in turns 1 and 2. It's not going to be enough. He finds himself now over half a second behind. The battle's going to be from second on back as they come to the start-finish line. Seth the Merchant will win here at Homestead. Brandon Chaburko second in a close battle for third. How about Casey Malone with the battle back from 18th? He will finish third here tonight.
Wow, what a finish there. The 92 able to start 18th on the night, get that 3rd position as a little bit of post-race, post-season, post-finale carnage there coming into the final corner. But yeah, just as you mentioned, what a great final lap. Definitely battles all over. Not exciting, that's for sure. Everybody out there doing the best they could.
Yeah, great win, great season, a great job by the 32 of Seth the Merchant. Come out here and dominate the season finale just like he did, leading the most laps and getting the job done, even with a little bit of damage from a pit road mishap. Didn't slow the 32 down at all. He will burn them down and get the trip to Gatorade Victory Lane. We'll talk to him and the rest of our top 3 finishers in just a moment when the LSRTV post-race show gets underway. We'll do that in just a moment. You're watching the Roddcar Truck Tour season finale here at Homestead, right here on LSRTV, the voice of sim racing.
For iRacing to get Le Mans is huge. I mean, this is a unique event, a unique track where, half of the track is public road, so you can never test on it, you never get experience on it, and it's 8 miles in length, 4-minute lap time in a GT car. So, even if you're here for an hour of testing, that's only 15 laps, and you're only going to see the corner 15 times that day. The first section going through the Dunlop area is pretty unique. It's got elevation change and off camber. Then you go down Mulsanne into the chicanes, and the straights are unbelievably long. It's a tricky track, and every year I've come here, this being my 4th year, you learn something new every time.
We've wanted to add Le Mans to iRacing for a long time, and we've really been working hard towards it for the last 5 years. But really, things only came together in the last week leading up to this race, so it was a real scramble to put everything together. The majority of Le Mans is public roads, so when they're preparing for the 24-hour race, it's really the only time that we can visit to laser scan and photograph the track so that we can recreate it in iRacing. We work closely with the ACO to get exclusive access to the facility and everything that we needed to get the laser scanning and photographic reference that we need to create the track. We were very fortunate to be at Le Mans at the most important time of the year. and gain that experience of being there. And we're going to really do the best we can to put that into our work and making sure that the Le Mans in iRacing is the best Le Mans, the most exciting and accurate recreation of the track possible.
Welcome me back here to Homestead Miami Speedway. It's the LSRTV post-race show. We're going to a chance to talk to our top 3 finishers, plus our champion here in just a moment. First, we'll take you through a full field rundown. Seth the Merchant picking up the win. Brandon Chaburko coming home a strong second in the season finale. Casey Malone, what a battle for him. 18th to 3rd here in this one. Christian Peterson will come home in the 4th spot. 5th goes to Corey Henry. Matt Quick will finish in the 6th spot. 7th goes to Rodney Wofford. Frank Busilia will finish 8th. 9th goes to Sean Bounty. Rod Flagg will pick up a top 10 finish in the season finale. Kelly Dahl finishes 11th. 12th to Ramon Evans. Glenn Hedrick will finish 13th. 14th to Daniel Holloway. Dwayne Cooper 15th. 16th last truck on the lead lap. That's Jared Haggerty in the 23. Mark Jorgensen Jr. with the trouble late in that race. He'll finish 14 laps down. And 17th, his other 2 drivers done for the night early on. Jason Altman's in the 51. 18th. And 19th go to the 46 of Anthony Yankello. But down here in Gatorade Victory Lane, caught up with tonight's winner. It's Seth the Merchant. He did it with exciting fashion as well here. Fastest in practice, qualified from the pole, dominated this race. Welcome back to the Truck Series, Seth.
Thank you.
Not a bad way to make a return either. Come out and dominate a race like this. How fun is it to drive Homestead Miami? It seems like a lot of fun out there.
I think this is my favorite track on the service because you can run a bunch of different lines and be fast. You know, a lot of people like Chubbs, he'd run the bottom the whole time, and then I'd be up high, and it seems like Christian be in the middle most of the time, but sometimes he'd be up high like me, and you could just run wherever you want.
Well, you've had a great season all for yourself as well, too. You finished 3rd in the points, even though you missed in a couple of races. You get 3 victories on the season to tie a couple other drivers as well for the tops as far as it goes, as far as the wins category goes for the season. So you got to be pretty excited about that and carry a little bit of momentum for you. You know, you've been gone for a couple of weeks, but we're getting the new season kicked off in a couple of weeks, and why not come out and get a big win here in the final race?
Yeah. Hopefully we can have some luck tonight in the Cup race here in a few minutes. Haven't had much luck in those races for a while, but see if we can get it done.
Well, you're able to get it done here tonight. We get a big race coming up in just a little bit. You're not talking championship with that either, but race wins are all that important as well, too. Picking up the trophy and picking up the hardware is what it's all about. Seth, you get the win here tonight, dominating fashion. We'll give you the opportunity to sponsor shout-outs.
Just got to thank P-Money Designs and Rod for putting the league on, and you guys for broadcasting.
We appreciate that, and everybody as well, too. Congratulations again, Seth, and we'll see you here in just a little bit.
Thank you.
There you have it, our winner here tonight. Dominating fashion, get the job done, leading the most laps from the pole position. Seth the Merchant picks up the victory. It's time, though, to throw it down further down pit road. Josh Ball's caught up with our second-place finisher.
Yeah, I'm down here actually with Casey Malone and Brad. I'll turn to you first here, Chubbs. Another great run for the number 3 truck, sitting in a familiar spot. Looking at those 271 and 32, you got a win off of them crashing a couple of races ago. Tell us what those last couple laps you saw.
Yeah, first and foremost, I wanted to extend my apologies to old Crank Yankers. I didn't know that. I was just initially trying to give him a push on that start of the race, and by the time I realized I was going through his rear bumper, it was too late, and I had lifted to try and let him gather it back up, and unfortunately it was too late for him. But overall, it was a pretty good night for the number 3 Good Wrench machine. Last closing laps, I was trying to get around Rodney, and I just threw a slide job in on him, and it magically somehow stuck. I was actually expecting to junk the truck at that point. In the closing laps, I was finally beginning to understand how to drive the truck at the end, but ultimately I just ran out of time. But I mean, Seth had a really good piece tonight, and so did Christian. I don't know if I could have actively got around him without fencing one of them. So overall, it was a pretty good race for us.
Yeah, definitely. Still a number 3 position tonight there for that 3 truck, and I still take that. Walk away here with a season finale of a
Sorry, it was
season 2
P2.
Roddcar Truck Tour. Any sponsor shout outs that you'd like to thank? Before we let you go on this season.
Yeah, I want to thank you guys for broadcasting as always, and it'll be good to have you guys back on board for the next season with Super Speedway Cup. And Good Ranch for coming on board as always, and hopefully we can get something good going for the beginning of next season.
There you go. You have it. Brandon Chaburko finishes P2 tonight. And turn to you, Casey. You're finishing there, 3rd position. Those battle the last lap there, able to get by the 71 of Christian Peterson during the champion to get the 3rd spot. And hey, that's pretty good, starting 18th position on the night.
Yeah, I was surprised I was able to get that far up. I wasn't sure what to expect. I had an issue where my Logitech profiler wouldn't work, and I didn't have a wheel. So I think I got on the grid with 2 seconds before we started rolling, and it's history. I finished P3.
I'm sure Dale Jr. knows about not having that going for you there, Casey, and able to get on the race tonight. P3, that's pretty good. I mean, 3 wins throughout the season. Unfortunately, wasn't able to go for the championship run, able to come home. I think it was P number 8 in the standings. A couple races there missed, but able to get it done. Roddcar Truck Tour Season 2, that's pretty good. 3 wins is definitely hard to do.
Yeah, I like trophies, so I tried really hard.
Oh, there you go. Casey Malone looking for that trophy again tonight. Unfortunately, came a little bit short, but then again, later on tonight, you'll still have a chance to go for the Super Speedway Season 11 championship there. Still got 1 race left. Cumulative format, got any plans for this evening? How to get it done?
Well, I know Josh Ball is already locked in, so I might try to take him out early. That way I don't have to worry about it later in the race, and try to weave through some wrecks. There's no yellows, so if you're at the back of the field and there's a crash, you're kind of stuck. So hopefully I'll qualify up front and stay up front and make it to the next round of the chase.
Yeah, definitely a good strategy taking out that 48 to begin with. It's probably the best idea possible. But yeah, if you're able to get up and get through the pit stops there and get you a win, Case will be able to move on to the next round of the chase. But for the rest of the Roddcar Truck Tour, any sponsors, shout-outs you'd like to thank before we let you go and get on to tonight?
I'd like to thank Christian Peterson, Corey Henry, and some other people for racing good tonight. It was good, clean, hard racing. It was a lot of fun. And I'd like to thank Duncan Jones for directing the Warcraft movie that came out Friday, June 10th. It's really good. You should go see it, Josh Ball. It's pretty exciting. And I'd like to thank Logitech for finally working, my setting profiler for finally working. And that's it.
All right, Casey Malone there, your 3rd place finisher on the night, having another great win, another 3rd place, unfortunately. But now it's time down on the track, and it looks like Andy is caught up down there on the front straightaway. Looks like we're going to talk to League Administrator Rod Flagg first before we hand the championship over to Christian Peterson. Down to Andy, front side.
Yeah, we're down here on the makeshift championship stage here on the front stretch of Homestead Miami Speedway. And first we'll talk with our champion, Christian Peterson. Christian had an opportunity to win here tonight, or at least battle hard there for that 2nd spot late in the race there. You looked like maybe a little pushing it too hard, trying to catch that 32 late in the going there, got into the wall, but able to come out of here with the top 5 finish. Speaking of top 5 finishes, how about 14 of them out of the 18 races? Not a bad way to win your championship either.
For sure. I mean, we won. I mean, we came up short last season, and I don't know, it feels good. It's official, I think I had it sealed last week, but it's official now, and it feels good. First off, I want to congratulate Seth. He dominated all race. I was right on his bumper there with 20 to go, and I made one little mistake in turn 1, and ever since then I had to just push, and it kind of wore up my tires. But I mean, I'm happy. I'm just happy we got the championship.
That's pretty nice to have it locked up a couple of weeks before the season ends, but it makes a little bit less pressure and just go out for the win here in the season finale. But you're able to get it done. It's a great season overall. 3 wins, matches you with 3 other drivers as well for that honor of being, with the most wins on the season. And like I said, I think I said 14, but it was 12 top 5s in the 18 starts. That's a pretty good season. Very consistent overall throughout every single race. Didn't matter what track we were at. So that's why we get to crown you champion. And with that, I'm going to throw it over the microphone now to Rod Flagg, league admin.
Thanks, Andy. Well, Christian, what a season! Second season of the Roddcar Truck Tour. 18 races. A fan compiled the stats where you had 3 wins, 12 top 5s. Just an amazing effort, and I can't say, being a competitor myself, how fun it is to race with someone your caliber, and I just know how much this means to you and your effort. So on behalf of the drivers of the Roddcar Truck Tour, the upcoming, I congratulate you on crowning you the second Roddcar Truck Tour champion. Congratulations.
Thanks, Rod. I appreciate it. I wanted to say it earlier, but I did want to congratulate just everybody, all the drivers, man, this season. We did have a couple races that were not so pretty with the caution count, but a lot of them were a lot of fun, like long green flag run in the end, and you got to expect some yellows at the end of a race, just everybody trying to get what they can, but all season it was a lot of fun, and can't thank you enough for putting it all together and getting everybody together to broadcast it and supporting that. And things are going to be a little different next season, but I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully we can continue putting the 71 car in victory lane.
Well, that's what it's all about, getting victory lane and getting the job done. And obviously, we got a lot going on upcoming with the Ice Super Speedway Club and everything else going on next season in just a few weeks' time here. Of course, we got to get the a couple more championships out of the way, Rod, and it's been looking, I think, a lot of fun looking at the schedule and kind of at the idea of what's going on next season. 3 different cars, super speedway racing. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and we got a lot to look forward to, I believe.
Absolutely, Andy, and we're doing something very unique. Is we are unifying our league. Our league started in 2012 and raced for approximately about 4.5 seasons. And we took a break, and then we came back as iSuper Speedway, and have done this thing for 6 seasons. So we made a decision as a league to come together as a club and to unify the results. And so you can check us out at superspeedway.club on the interwebs, or superspeedwaycup.com, superspeedwayclub.com. Either way, it gets you directed to all the unified statistics. And about 13 days, 23 hours, and 2 minutes, we'll kick it off on LSRTV Live. The to be determined 250, but we'll definitely be running 100 laps of Daytona in the Xfinity cars, and it's going to be a show. These Xfinity cars are going to be 2 wide, 3 wide, a couple resets. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, we can't wait for that, but we also can't take away from our champion as well, Christian Peterson. Give you this opportunity, sponsors, shout-outs, a championship run for you here in the second season of the Roddcar Truck Tour, and it's all yours.
Yeah, just everybody at Six Man, Seth, Anthony Ankello, Kyle Manger, a bunch of other guys over there that don't run in the league, but are behind the scenes and sometimes watch us and spot for us and help us out on strategies and all that. Designs, he does the paint schemes. Go check him out on YouTube. I think it's youtube.com/Preston Pardis. And just Rod again for past 2 seasons. I think I've been a part of this league in the trucks and the cup. So looking forward to another one, and this next race coming up.
We wish you the best of luck in just a little bit here. The cumulative race format is we get set to crown a super speedway champion as well in a couple of weeks. So, Christian, congratulations again on your championship run. I know you came close last season, but you finally get it, and you get the job done this season.
Thanks, Eddie. Appreciate it.
There you have it, our championship winner on the Roddcar Truck Tour season number 2. It comes to a close. 18 races. It's all said and done, but it's only the first half of our Friday night doubleheader right here on LSRTV and iRacing Live. Getting set to come up next is Talladega, and that's the cumulative format. 325 to whittle the field down once again from 6 drivers to 3. Only one can be guaranteed a spot in with a victory. Josh Ball, you were able to do that last week. Get a little pressure off of you this week. Maybe go out and steal a win for him from these guys, or maybe help a teammate get one.
It'd be nice to steal a win from everybody, but I'm definitely out there helping, trying to help teammates out too. So it's going to be fun either way. Definitely, like you said, pressure's off. I'm out here to have fun to this week, and a couple other drivers, definitely good teammates that are still in it to win it. So we'll see here coming up shortly, but I'd like to thank everybody here at LSRTV. Roddcar Truck Tour has finally come to an end after 2 seasons. Unfortunately, we're going to a different format. And it's been a joy running up here with you guys and able to broadcast with you throughout the last 2 seasons. And, looking for see what's to come. Anybody that is interested, please sign up at superspeedway.club. We're accepting new applications now, and we'll be running the trucks, the Infinity, and the Cup Series cars, so a little bit of everything. But once again, thanks everybody. Look forward, and thanks again to LSRTV.
We appreciate that, Josh, and it's been a lot of fun having you up in the booth with us over the past couple seasons for these trucks as well, and even seeing you pick up a truck win here not too long ago as well, too. So it's been a lot of fun, and the truck tour, obviously, at least for the time being, is being put on the shelf for a little while. But we've had ourselves a couple great seasons here on LSRTV. Josh Hander picking up the Season 1 championship at the end of 2015, and of course now Christian Peterson, your 2016 Season 2 champion for the Roddcar Truck Tour. It's been a great season, but we're not done just yet. Still 2 more weeks to go to crown a Cup Series champion. It all starts next right here on LSRTV. We'll be back in just a little bit.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented under the authority of LSRTV LLC and iRacing.com Motorsports Simulations and may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form nor without the express written permission of Live Sim Racing TV. LSRTV would like to thank its loyal fans for their continued support, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast.